Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of 10 Dead Rats!
Yay! Yay!
Christian, come on. I'm waiting on your line here.
No.
I don't know. I'm trying to spice it up.
That is us. Yes, your weekly dose of old school D&D and Warhammer Fantasy. Weekly? Or maybe, hopefully, we'll get back to that.
Weekly.
Sorry, everyone. We're trying to get back on target here. Well, welcome. Do I have any announcements for tonight? I don't think that I do. Does anybody have any announcements for our lovely viewers? No, doesn't sound like it. Okay. Well, then let's just go. Let's go, man, go. Let's jump into tonight's lovely episode of 10 Dead Rats. And we are back. Very cool. Last time on 10 Dead Rats, Yeffi and Mina did a little forgery and a little potato snacking.
Delicious. And not really. Yes. It was pretty gross, actually. Wax on the teeth.
Bruno strangely, altruistically agreed to pay the fees for a large number of dwarves to enter the city of Midheim.
Doing good is always its own reward, I think.
Yeah, is that it? Mm-hmm. So the group approached Midheim in their coach, full of dwarves, and joined the extensive queue to get into the gates up the viaduct. Where they overheard some chatter about some of the exciting events that were expected to happen at the upcoming carnival, including apparently an open challenge to the Graf's champion. Anyone could come and challenge the Graf's champion, and it sounds like perhaps Indigo might be interested in a little
we have
challenge
a
there. Yeah, excellent. Also, as they approached, fearing the upcoming scroll tax, Mina decided to use her very reliable invisibility spell to turn all of the party's books and papers invisible, and 50% larger, apparently, than they had previously been.
Yes,
50% better.
Yeah,
50% more accessible.
Yeah.
They did
right.
make it into through the gate with their contraband, but then accidentally undid the invisibility and caused all the papers to go flying out of the coach onto the street. There was much hullabaloo in collecting all of these giant papers, and in which Yeffi made the acquaintance of one Ariette von Karsten, who invited Yeffi to tea.
Not no one of interest, I'm sure.
The gang then delivered their letters to the priest of Sigmar, Father Eisenhower, and learned of some of the notable folk of the town that maybe they might be interested in meeting up with. Also requested that he arrange a meet with Ulrich, the high priest of the Church of Ulrich, which he said might take a couple days, but he was happy to do so. And we ended as Bruno went shopping and tried to make some connections at the Physicians Guild, which is where we'll pick up at the beginning of this episode. But before we do that, there was a request in the chat, which I think is very reasonable, which is to know what the current party ambition and individual character ambitions are. So let's review that, actually, because I actually kind of want to know that myself.
Yeah.
What is anybody know what the current party ambition is?
Still
figure
have
out-
written down.
Figure out
Discover
who's building the towers and for what purpose, which you can see we're laser focused on.
Yeah, not really kind of nowhere near the...
Okay, so we didn't count that as like completed because we know it's the Emperor, right? Like,
well, we don't know. We don't know it's the Emperor, and we don't. It's probably one of his advisors, and we don't know who's
Okay.
Who among them?
Now there was some talk of visiting the Dwarven Engineering Guild here in Middenheim because there's some connection there. Unfortunately, you did hear from the from Priest Eisenhower that any major Dwarven groups, including the Engineering Guild, are in quite the disarray these days because of the dwarf tax. Many dwarves are leaving town.
Yeah.
Might be a good time to do some, investigating on the down low. Maybe some records go missing or something like that.
Ooh, record heist.
The ever popular stealing of office equipment.
Supplies.
Yeah, okay. Office supplies. Great.
Get some free pens.
So Yeffi's personal ambition is ensure Indigo wins the Graf competition.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it! What a good ambition!
That is fantastic. Excellent. Indigo, what's your ambition?
My ambition is to learn how to shoot guns effectively.
Learn how to shoot guns.
Lose the graphs competition.
Lose the
Oh no!
No. Okay. Learn how to shoot guns. Sounds good. Bruno?
Mine is cleanse Yeffi of her lust for blood.
Good luck with that.
Go for that.
And Mina, what's your ambition?
Mine was to talk to another magician about chaos magic.
Excellent.
Which-
And
Perhaps soon. I don't know.
I believe one of the three individuals that you learned about from the priest Eisenhower was the deputy high wizard of the town, one Jana. How do I say that last name? Eberhauer.
Eberhauer, yeah. Who? We got a couple of letters of introduction, right? We got one to the magicians, the Wizard Guild, and we got, what were the other ones? Does anyone? Paul, do you remember?
Is it Joseph Sparson, Chancellor of Middenheim? Was that the other one we got, or is that just a name I wrote down?
So the three names that you learned of important persons who might be interesting to meet, who the high priest knew and could potentially introduce you to, were Jana Eberhauer, the deputy high wizard, Joseph Sparson, the chancellor, and Dieter Schmeiderhammer, the current Graf's champion.
In my notes, listed as soon to be ousted by Indigo. So
To be ousted by Indigo.
Going down.
I move that we change our party ambition to make Indigo a champion.
wow.
Well, then I need a new ambition, which I do have a secondary one on the ready once I completed this one, which was become a vampire. So
Damn it. Well, that's gonna be, that's all good for the group party experience.
That's fine. Yeffi won't kill us.
Yeah,
I hope she'd turn us all into vampires too.
right? Mina's already
That
got
is
a
a
great name for
secondary
it.
ambition here. I'm gonna or my ambition in case this doesn't work out, or become a vampire. Those are my two.
Or
Cleanse Yeffi of her
Wow.
bloodlust, or become a vampire. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
where did this campaign go wrong?
I
Or right.
think it was somewhere along the introduction of me and my invisibility spell.
I'm
I'm
imagining.
pretty sure it was Dagmar's balls. That's where it really.
I'm imagining a future here where Yeffi does become a vampire and Bruno becomes her familiar, constantly hoping to maybe someday become a vampire.
Yes!
No,
Well, then my
for you, Bruno.
tertiary ambition
Vampires
is
only,
grow
Bruno.
a hump.
Okay, vampire. No.
Yeah.
Just another decade. Don't worry about it.
Oh dear. Excellent. So, Bruno, we're going to begin with you. So, you had done some shopping. You were buying some clothing. Please tell me about the luxurious options you have selected here in Middenheim.
Right. I am trying to buy clothes so that I once again look like a fancy doctor instead of a guy dressed for the winter that hasn't come yet.
Yep. Okay. I mean, it is chilly up here in Middenheim. It is chilly, although it is the middle of summer, so it's not brutally cold. But tell me, Middenheim's a big city. There are plenty of tailors available to buy whatever clothing you want. So, what does a respectable doctor look like to Bruno?
Right. That is obviously dressed all in black, as previously decided. Let's see. We went with a bright red cravat last time, so let's go with a perfectly white cravat this time.
Okay.
And a big hat, a really big hat.
Excellent. Okay, so arrayed, you then...
and gold buckles on my shoes. That's very important.
Excellent.
My suggestion was a monocle, but we're not going with the monocle, I guess.
I'd have to find a fake monocle, like with a glass, like just because my eyesight's obviously 20/20. Or eyesight tests haven't been invented yet, so...
Hey, you're the doctor.
Yes, that's true. Yes, and I have noted down that I'm supposed to ask you how much all that costs, since I wrote down doctor's clothes here.
That book handy.
Specifically note down, all black, white cravat, gold buckles. There we go, perfect. Oh, giant hat.
I'm gonna charge you 2 Carls for that. Most of which is the majority of that money is in the buckles.
Is in the gold buckles, yeah. That's 2 dwarves worth of clothing there.
Yeah, 2 dwarves worth of clothing. Excellent.
Okay, great. So thus attired, I now want to go to the Physicians Guild, which I think is in the vicinity of where we were staying, but I don't remember.
Okay, so...
I checked this out last time.
Remind me where you were staying, which...
The Last Drop?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is the alt-marked alt-Cartier. Or E, I suppose.
Yeah. Excellent.
Number 16, yeah. Physicians Guild is 12 on our map.
Indeed. Where the heck is... I'm trying to find your...
So, it's in the lower right
yeah.
of the map all the way. It's one of the rightmost numbers.
Yep, there it is. Lovely. Great. Okay, so we'll just give it, since we're talking about it here. There you are. Up there at number 16.
Great. Yes,
yep,
excellent.
Yep, so you come across town. You perhaps take a stroll through the park.
Stroll through the park.
Very nice.
Nice.
Let's see, what's going on there? You can see they're setting up big, not tents, but like pavilions, like just the tops of tents, big open sort of big open space with a lot of benches and tables set up, and you can see a lot of laborers pushing large kegs into stacks here and there.
Right.
You can see some places where sort of makeshift bars are being set up, and lots of tankards set up all throughout the park. Looks quite enticing.
All right, no time for this now.
Okay, so you pass through the park. You continue across town. Eventually, you're reaching number... It is a long walk. Eventually, number 9 there, you see, is a large memorial in the center of that square. A big pillar of stone with some carved writing and some pictures, some carvings of people who look really unwell. And you can't help but sort of take a peek at that as you walk past and see it appears to be a memorial to a plague that happened here some time ago.
Only Dr. Bruno Feinbottom, plague expert, were here. I ruminate on that time I stopped that plague in Bogenhofen, as far as I remember.
You continue up the road, and there at number 12 is the Physicians Guild. You can't help but notice that to the north there, a very large, fancy building, very ornate looking, large church, ornate with carvings of wolf motifs. And you realize you are looking at the Church of Ulrich here.
I should have brought that one giant letter with me. Could have sailed over the city streets on it, I think. Okay, ignore that for now.
Ignoring that, you head over to the Physicians Guild, where you present yourself at the door to the usher, who greets you. Yes, hello, sir. How can I help you?
Hello, I'm Dr. Bruno Feinbottom. You've probably heard of me.
Let's find out. Yes, you're the author of that treatise on the mutation, aren't you?
Oh my god.
That's the greatest thing Bruno's ever heard. Yes, that's me.
Excellent. I understand that you were a great support to the original author, Indigo Halberstein. He thanks you profusely in the credits.
Yeah, yep. That's Indigo is a good friend of mine and not my pen name. Yeah.
Good.
But Indigo and I have some research we'd like to do here in your physician's library.
Very well. Come right in.
Nice. Great. Before driver's licenses.
He brings you into the interior of the Physicians Guild here, and he walks you into a very large room, very nicely appointed. A lot of big, cushy chairs, leather chairs with lots of rivets in them and whatnot. Just clustered here and there. There is, towards the back of the room, there are like 3 bookcases with some books on it. But throughout the room, there's tables, and there's occasionally in the room you see some gentlemen smoking cigars or drinking some brandy. There's some very low, hushed conversations going on. And he kind of motions to that back corner of this huge room with like its 3 bookcases.
It's a little small. Should this not be a wealth of medical knowledge?
I mean, it's we have 3 entire cases of medical papers and writings. Isn't not grand?
No. Plenty grand. Well, I'll just take my pipe over there then.
Very good. Can I get you anything, sir?
Yeah, the pipe.
I
mean, you bring me one. Right, I don't have my own, of course.
Very good.
Right, okay, great.
So hygienic.
Yeah, smoking by the books.
Yeah. You head over there, Bruno, and you start perusing the books, and you can see nearby there is a group of doctors. You presume doctors because it's the Physicians Guild, who are kind of talking a little more animatedly than the rest of the group. Their voices get a little bit higher, and like they seem to be excited about something. You're not quite overhearing exactly what they're saying, but then they perk up and they go, "Aha! Here he is!" As the door opens up and this gentleman walks in. He's got long, dark, curly hair. He's got swarthy, kind of sun-kissed skin. A big, full, dark beard, and he's just dressed really nicely, like more like a noble than a doctor. And he just comes in and he starts and he shouts. He literally like he doesn't give a shit about the tone of the room, and he says, "Dr. Schmidt," and he comes just stomping across the room and just starts talking in this very animated way. Dr. Schmidt, I see you last night at the gaming tables. You do very well. He starts slapping him on the shoulder, and some of the group seems to be kind of like enjoying the loud brashness of this guy, and others seem like a little put off by him. But nobody's trying to shush him or placate him or anything. And he continues to just, as you hear him continue to describe apparently a raucous evening at the gaming tables from the previous night.
Oh, man. All right, I'm going to try to ignore this for now and see if their extensive collection here includes any works on vampirism.
Excellent.
Or the von Karsteins, or, I guess, other related things. Or the Wittgensteins. There you go.
Excellent. You start kind of just looking through the titles, skimming the books and papers and treatises. You find nothing about vampires, nothing about the von Wittgensteins, but you do find a copy of your own treatise.
This one looks good. Let me see what the introduction says.
You flip over to the introduction, and what you realize is it's heavily edited. It's actually not your writing. It's
what?
Yeah, it seems to be written. It claims to be written by Indigo Halberstein, and it talks about Indigo's journeys across the land to learn more about mutation, and it's this very kind of fanciful tale. It's only a couple paragraphs long, but it's the introduction, and it's talking about. It mentions a thanks, to Dr. Bruno Feinbottom, and thanks to another doctor.
Another doctor.
Yeah, another doctor.
Hang on. Know any other doctors?
Let me get the name out here.
Indigo's doctor.
Also, thanks Dr. Helmut Kolb, who you've never heard of in your life.
What is it? Does the text of the book match my treatise?
It does. Although you notice it seems like it's clearly been edited. As you start looking through it, like it's basically your work. But either it's been somebody's like cleaned up the language in some places. Some parts are actually missing. There's some points where you're like, hey, wait, actually that was important. Why did they remove this piece?
Huh.
But
okay, I first check it. I have the copy that Mina wrote her edits on in my pocket here. I check to see if it's just Mina's edited version.
It is not.
It is not.
It does not match that.
Okay, well, we've got a whole new problem. This Yeffi vampirism thing is going to have to wait. This is my reputation now. Or Indigo's reputation. Alright, I'm going to go through the whole thing and try to figure out if there's a pattern to what is changed, like if there's a particular bit that's missing, or...
Give me an intelligence test, please.
Can I get a bonus this because I wrote it?
Nope.
Read it recently?
13.
Okay. You're trying to do a direct comparison of the two works, and you're sitting there, so you have them both in front of you, and you have your pipe in your mouth, and you're looking at the two. But you're finding it very hard to concentrate because the gentleman over there is just continuing to be very loud, and there's a moment where you hear this loud snorting sound, and you see he's got a box with some kind of powder, and he goes, these are the best stuff. You have to try. Here, try these, my friend.
Okay, I run over at that point. God damn it! Are you kidding me? I run up and I just slap the box to the ground. I do like a jump. Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing? That is my best snuff.
Oh my god!
And it spills out on the ground, and you can see it appears to be ordinary snuff. It is not.
I go
like
I go
tobacco.
up and I give it a good look. I take a little sniff and make like extra sure it isn't the freaking rope or whatever.
Okay.
The rock.
You look at it and you smell it and you're pretty sure it's just tobacco. Maybe some spices. Maybe there's some some kind of something. But it seems fairly natural. But the guy reaches down and grabs you kind of by the shoulder and he says, "Why? What are you doing? Why do you knock it down to the snuff? What's the matter with you, huh?"
Snuff is known to cause long-term lung damage, and you cannot be peddling that in this house of medicine. Try to see if anyone's buying that. Yeah.
Roll me fellowship test, please.
Now there's the roll Bruno's good at. Right up there with strength. 12.
What? Not good. This is the best snuff ever. It is good. It invigorates the blood. It makes the spirit strong. I give this to the Baron himself, and he thanked me so much for this fine stuff. You do not know what you are talking about.
No, you're right. My mistake. I thought this was the low-quality snuff. Obviously, the high-quality snuff is okay. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I thought you were coming in here with some...
Dr. Luigi Pavarotti does not use inferior snuff, so thank you very much. What is your name, little person?
Indigo Halberstein.
Indigo Halberstein. Indigo Halberstein. I hear these names somewhere else. And some of the other doctors who are gathered around, kind of watching this. So you hear someone say, "Didn't he write that treatise on mutation?"
That's me. That's right. A noted mutation expert, along with my doctor assistant Bruno Feinbottom, also a doctor, not just my assistant.
You study the mutants and you worry about the snuff?
Yes, I have seen snuff cause mutation. Not this kind, though. Don't worry about that. It's the low-quality stuff. I can smell just from the... I can tell this is okay. No mutagens in there.
Well, I think you owe me some, it's all in the carpet now. I think maybe you owe me some nice snuff.
That's true. I'll have to get Bruno Feinbottom, my assistant, who carries all my money, to take care of that for you. What would you say your name was again?
I am Dr. Luigi Pavarotti.
Luigi Pavarotti, boy, that sounds... Okay. And where can I find you? I'll come by and drop it off in the next day or two, if you just let me know where I can find you again.
Well, I have rooms at the palace, but I don't use them so much, Sometimes certain lady friends, they want me to visit them, and sometimes I go to the parties.
Right.
Oh, are you going to the Bards and Poets tomorrow? I will be there. Yes, you meet me at the Bards and Poets at the Royal College of Music. I will be there to enjoy
music,
the fine recitals.
Excellent. I love music, I think. Certainly I've heard it before.
I'll see you there. You bring me the nicest snuff, and then
yes,
maybe we go out together. We get to some nice dinner, and then maybe we find some good company, and we have a good time together. Yeah.
Oh, sounds great.
Slaps you on the back. It's all right, Indigo Halberstein. I will be watching for you.
All right, you'll see me there.
He spins on his heel and starts leaving the room, and a couple of the other doctors kind of just gravitate towards him and just sort of follow him out the room, still sort of trying to chat with him. And you can kind of overhear them talking about what party they're going to tonight.
Bruno's very disturbed by any room in which he's probably the best doctor. That's not a good. That's not a good. All right, well, now that he's gone, I'm going to go back to reading my own book.
Excellent.
Guess I took care of that. I'm going to pick up some of the snuff on the floor and sniff a little, see if this actually helps.
An usher comes by with like a little broom and dustpan to tidy it up, and you can see that like the people who remain in the in the club here seem to kind of breathe a sigh of relief when that crowd kind of leaves.
Oh, I'll go up to one of them then. Who was that guy? Really loud. I thought this was kind of a,
That was
classy establishment.
It was Tillian Doctor Luigi Pavarotti. He's
Tillians.
he was brought in by the Toddbringer to see to his ailing son, the Baron.
What? What's going on with his son?
He suffers a great malady. He's often confined to bed and sometimes has fits.
Fits.
That's what I heard.
Why not use the fine doctors in the city?
Indeed, why not? It's what I wonder myself. Now, of course, I had heard of Dr. Pavarotti before. His reputation, of course, is well known, but I did not expect him to be such a wild character.
True.
I hear he spends as
for?
much time at the gambling halls and at the whorehouses as he does by the side of the Baron.
That doesn't sound helpful. What is he known for? I don't think I've ever heard of him.
Well, he's he specializes in maladies of the mind, of those who see hallucinations and those who the stutterers and any disabilities of that sort. I believe.
Interesting. All right. Well, I have some research to do now that it's quiet. So goodbye. All right, I go back to my book now.
Excellent.
Are there any books on here by this guy or that reference him, this Pavarotti?
No, I mean, there's really not many books. It's only like 3 shows.
Yeah, okay. Hey, but Bruno Feinbottom's Trees on Mutation made the cut. Or Indigo Halberstein's one. Okay, I'm going to go back and try again to see if I can find a pattern in what's missing from the book.
Okay. After you spend a couple hours there studying, there's not like basically it just seems like someone tried to clean up the language a bit, make it like easier, lighter to read. Like it actually, even though it seems to you to be less thorough and less not as good at actually conveying the meaning and importance of your findings, it is almost like it's just a little more entertaining, and like it's a lighter, easier read. That's your impression of it?
This is a travesty.
What do you do?
I leave it there and go back to the room.
Very good, very good.
I set it up in the dark so that I can confront Indigo in the most dramatic fashion for ruining my work.
Okay, so
I'm going to go back and wait for everybody else. Yeah.
All right, so it is late afternoon by the time the rest of you reconvene back at the last strip.
See, I told you. Just tell him we don't know why the letter is big, and that's fine. I won't even ask you questions about it.
That worked.
Well. If it isn't Mr. Steal My Book, just because I stole your name.
Huh?
What?
Huh?
Are you talking to...
I'm talking to you. The other two are ladies. They're misses.
What do you mean, stole your book?
I found Bruno Feinbottom's Trees on Mutation in the Physicians Guild, or should I say Indigo Halberstein's, featuring an elaborate introduction about your supposed journeys. You can't read or write, can you?
No.
Shoot!
Also, didn't you use my name when writing that book?
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That was political. It was not a personal. It's entirely strategic. Okay. So someone's messed with my book. I found a copy of it, but they cut out a bunch of the good parts. They edited it. Not even like Mina, who I think had one or two good points, but this was like torn apart to shreds.
Huh.
So
really? To shreds.
Are you getting royalties?
No, as
That's
far as I know.
That's
I don't know where I would receive them. Also, the author is technically Indigo Halberstein, so unless he's receiving royalties, which he should give to me.
But we already established that wasn't like this person's fault. That's your fault because you signed it under
It's
Indigo's
not about
name.
fault. It's not a fault. It's not whose fault is he paying. It's But okay, so
Well,
I
does
just
the
think we should
editor
probably
listen?
focus on. No,
Okay.
it wasn't. Was it?
What
But I
was
am
it?
suspicious of this Henry Kolb, Halbert Kolb, someone else was listed in it. I should have written their name down, but I didn't. I'll go back tomorrow and double check.
Helmet Kolb.
Helmet Kolb, arch nemesis. Got it. Okay.
Huh. Yeah, that
Somebody's
sounds...
messing with my trees on mutation. So I feel like
but
we
how
kind
did
of
they
need to...
mess with it?
They cut out a bunch of the good parts. Some of my
add anything?
diagrams. No, they added a fanciful introduction and some sequiturs between sections, unnecessary detritus.
The entire section on the natural immunities of halflings to mutation was just cut. It's just gone.
That's the most offensive part.
Thanks for that one, Ash.
Oh, no. Damn it. Stop reading the chat. So it's just, I feel like we all can agree that our main focus should be finding Helmut Kolb and figuring out what's going on with my book.
I mean, why? I've never read a book, but it seems like nothing's going to happen.
Just I should say, just your reputation, Indigo, is on the line.
My reputation as a doctor, which is already pretty bad.
You'd be surprised. You're actually pretty well known.
Bruno, like the book isn't under your name, right? You're just one of the people who helped with the book, right? So why don't you just write your own book?
Because it'll be mostly the same. It'll be mostly the same content.
Write a sequel, add some pop-up illustrations. I love pop-ups. They're so good.
What? This isn't Mr. Pig Becomes a Mutant.
Well, it should be. It would be a bestseller.
That would sound like hotcakes.
Yeah, see, he does with me. You gotta learn how to take
That's
what you
actually, I'm gonna write down Mr. Pig Becomes a Mutant. That's a good idea. That's actually, I'm coming around on that now that
See?
Oh, God. You have to turn it to Yeffi, though.
No, this one's gonna be by Bruno Finebottom, assistant to the great Indigo Halberstein, who's also me.
Yeah.
There was another thing that's less important too. Right, the Toddbringer, the Graf's son, is really sick. Much like the Emperor's son. Not a good time for sons.
No.
That
How
sounds
are their daughters?
That sounds important.
Okay. No one cares about the
Yeah,
daughters.
good time
Got
to be a
it.
daughter, I guess. I'm someone's son. That's worrying.
Is it?
But they brought in this weird doctor from Tilia, wherever that is. And, I ran into him. He's a weird dude, but he's treating him for some kind of hallucinations or, apparently this Tilian guy specializes in, people who hear voices or stutter or other mental. Oh boy, eesh. All right, I'm gonna X card this.
Good
section of my own
call.
speech.
So,
Anyway, he specializes in these weird things. I don't know why they brought a specialist in without consulting anyone else here, but some of the doctors there were pretty annoyed by it. But this guy's running around gambling and other stuff and doesn't seem to be doing much of a job.
Huh.
Well, maybe they don't want him to get better.
It seems suspicious.
Did you talk to the guy about it? Sorry, go ahead, Mina. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm just going to read my book.
Oh, yeah. Technically, I owe him some kind of fancy snuff or something. So I'm supposed to meet him tomorrow and give him that. So if you want to run into him again, you can. We got a date.
Where are you getting the stuff?
Honestly, I wasn't gonna bring it. I was just gonna leave him out in the cold on that.
Oh, that's not gonna. You gotta get that guy stuff. Like, you can't just be like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the fancy party where everyone's gonna smoke the stuff. I'm gonna provide it. Oh, so I forgot it. Like, that's dirty fool, Bruno. Come on, you know better than that.
Yeah, it's a bad move.
Yeah.
What? You two are on the same side on this one? What?
Yeah.
If you promise to bring stuff, you gotta bring the stuff.
Well, I thought it was the Narop, so I smacked it out of it. I thought he was trying to mutate the entire Dr. Populace.
Oh.
I was in the right. He doesn't know the whole context, but...
Well, you gotta either give him snuff, or you gotta give him something better than snuff.
Oh, we're not giving him Narop, so...
Well, we are out
unless
anyway.
Unless you don't want to be his friend and you don't want to figure out what's happening with this guy.
I don't want to be his friend, but I do want to figure that out. I feel like it could lead to what's going on with my book.
Or, alternatively, if he's, been hired to make the top of your sum better, you could maybe tag along with him and help fix his son and find out what's going on with
Indigo
that.
Halberstein on his next big medical adventure.
I would
just write a book about it. Or don't write a book about it.
Mr. Pig goes to court.
Ooh, I like that. Is that a new one?
Just a thought.
I think we're about to say the same thing, Mina.
Yeah. If the two names that were banding around all of town are both Indigos, and they're completely different characters, that might get into some trouble.
Wait, what?
Well, if we're telling everyone...
try to become the champion of the Graf, I am also Indigo Halberstram. I am the only Indigo Halberstram.
Real name.
Oh, and then, right. It's just a great doctor who's also the champion of the Graf. That doesn't seem unreasonable.
Not to mention that we're going to Sigmarite people and being like, hey, Indigo is maybe connected to that, or, has been given these letters. It's just a lot. It's a lot to...
It shows how blessed he is by Sigmar.
You haven't
All right.
said to someone's face that you are Indigo Halberstram, right?
No.
Bruno?
We're not.
I got that.
Okay. Because that would not be good, right?
I can see how that could cause problems, so I'm glad I didn't
Because if
do
someone
that.
met you and you said, I'm Indigo, and then they met me and I said, I'm Indigo, they'll
I'm
be
Indigo,
like,
that would cause
one of you
if
is
you show
lying.
up if you show up to the Graf's thing and you're like, I'm Indigo, and someone there saw me, it's like, that's not that halfling I saw at the Physicians Guild, right? That would be very weird, you're right. That would cause a lot of problems. Unfortunately, we don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Great.
Good.
How did delivering the letters go?
He thought
Yeah,
it
why
was
the
weird that
paper
the
was
letter
so
was
big.
big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was weird.
Yeah.
I mean, that was really big, yeah. Did you deliver bulk? Did you meet our Ulrich?
No, not yet.
No.
We arranged to meet him, though. Eisenhower's going to introduce us to a couple people.
Okay. Oh, well, that's useful. He didn't mention anything about Luigi Pavarotti. I swear that's his real name. No, all right. Well, I guess I'm going to go find some fancy snuff.
Yeah.
Anyone want to explore?
Sure.
Yeah. Get a lay of the land and see what I can learn about this Schmeiderhammer fellow.
Yeah.
Who's
Gonna
that?
best him in single combat.
The champion.
Yeah. We should ask around about him. It would also be good to, like, you know, just try and follow up on some of these leads we got about the heavies around town. You know.
Yeah.
Talk to folks. Maybe do that.
Yeah.
Just like sort of swing by.
As you're
places.
having this discussion, you can hear a distant bell chiming somewhere within town. Not within the building you're in, but within town. It strikes about 3 o'clock. And Yeffi, you recall that it is now just about an hour until tea time.
Tea time!
And that perhaps causes you to reach in your pocket and feel that card in your hand, and a vague memory comes to you of agreeing, or possibly not agreeing, but being invited to tea.
Oh, yeah. Tea time. I forgot about tea time. Oh, I didn't really forget, but...
Do you have tea?
Yeah. I have a...
tea.
Yeah, I got invited to a tea party. Tea social. Yeah. I told you about it, you know? So I was going to go to do that.
You told us about it?
I did.
Yeah.
With who? Who's invited you to tea?
A lady I met on the street.
What's her name?
Legit.
Oh, she had a fancy name. It was like, started with one of the big with the cross. A-I for apple. A-I for apothecary. Why did they even start with that word? It's a ridiculous word to say and spell. But that's like apple apothecary, and you're like, what?
Who invited you? What was the name?
Oh gosh, what was her name? Her name was Arietta, or something or other, like Ari for short. And oh gosh, her last name was like wah, something or other. You know, like one of them like really nighttime bat-like last names. Yeah, like probably lives in a castle. Wears dark sunglasses during the day with a parasol. Covers all of her skin all the time because it gets really warm outside, and you know you get rashes.
Yeah,
like from the letter, from the letter to Orlok.
I already told you this. I told you this.
I honestly forgot about that.
You did. Well, then you were like, I have to go talk to doctors about something important now because Yeffi told me something. And then you came back and you're like, oh, somebody stole my book and messed it up and stuff like that. So clearly you got distracted. Yeah. So you should deal with your book.
No, Arya von Kort, that's Orlok's vampire boss.
Is this her boss, or are they peers? Are they coworkers? Maybe they share an office?
That doesn't matter. That's okay. I don't think that's relevant.
Well, the power dynamic changes and shifts, right? So it's like her boss. It's his boss. You know, there's another level there. Like, I don't
she's
know
the one
what it
who's
is,
here. You can't be hanging around Orlok's friends. Why did she invite you to tea? Did she know who you were?
No. She thought I was.
Did she know you were Deborah? Yes, probably because she wanted to eat you, or knows that Orlok wants to eat you.
How would she know that?
Vampire senses. I was hoping to have more information about this, honestly.
Vampire sense. Yeah? Like what? What are vampire senses, Bruno? Are you going to make something up? feel like you're going to make something up and then you're going to make a pop-up book about it. I'm going to go to tea.
Well, you can't go by yourself.
Fine. Who would like to go to tea with me? Yeah.
Where's tea?
Okay. I'm going to... Oh, Mina. Great. I'll go. I'll take Mina.
There you go. Great.
That's
yes,
an excellent name to go see a vampire with. Mina. Let's do that.
I don't know what you mean.
I know. I don't even know what I mean. But anyway, let's go. And on the way, maybe this vampire lady or ghost lady or whatever she is knows where to find good stuff. And then I can solve your problem.
I give Mina a big clove of garlic
I
for tea.
I-
I
don't.
Take it.
Thank you. Thank
Bunch of-
you.
oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Put it in your
thank
pocket.
you so much.
Yep.
I mind putting it in my pocket.
Great. Okay.
It's right. It's in there for sure. For sure. Absolutely. So the the fancy lady is certainly somebody of power in the town. So she could maybe tell us about literally anything that's going on in this town. Yeah.
She might be able to tell us who everybody is. She might know more about this Luigi guy.
Yeah.
She might know more about the sun. She might know, like, more about the Graf. Which...
Magic. Like magic books. She's old.
She might have magic books? Maybe. I don't know. Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean... how about this? Let's do a trade. I'll go with you to tea if you want to go with me to, interview some random people, such as, just throw a dart at the wall here, Jana Ebenpower, the Deputy High Wizard.
I don't know who that is, sure.
Yay! Okay, great.
How bad
Let's
could it
do
be?
tea.
What?
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yay. I'm sure.
Don't show her
We're all
your
doing the same
invisibility
things.
spell.
I'm not going to. I'm going to be... Yeffi's going to come up with a good lie for me. She's smart about that.
What?
Yeah, don't get
Okay.
arrested for
No.
being an illegal wizard.
Yeah.
I sure don't... I'm not going to... That won't happen.
Yeah,
I'm not concerned.
good luck.
Okay. Okay, and then Indigo and I will find Helmut Kolb and figure out why he stole my book.
Don't
Or
you have
you
to
can
deliver a letter
recon.
to... Doesn't Ulrich need the letter, or did we... Well, no, we gave the big letter to the Friar Tuck guy to give the letter to... Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Do you think
All
we're
right.
dressed for tea?
What? Oh, yeah, we gotta go get dressed for tea. Sure. So we spend... So, Paul, we spend the hour before tea time getting dolled up for tea time.
Excellent.
Get a fancy
It's a
dress.
montage.
I'll get a parasol.
Excellent.
And, yep. Get some nice
Yeah.
shoes.
Indigo and I reading newspapers, and when you walk out, we go, put the newspaper back. Yeah.
And then, like, 5 minutes before, like, we walk
This
out, and
bit.
it's like 10
Okay.
minutes. Yeah. Yeah. We're all familiar with what we're doing.
Yeah.
This bit again. The one we do every time. I love
Love
it.
you every time. Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Never gets not funny.
All right, Bruno, let's go buy bullets.
I thought we were going to find Helmut Kolb.
Yeah, we're gonna do that after.
All right.
While
All right.
we
Hey,
are
you?
getting... Okay.
Oh yeah. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to know, while we're shopping and doing this stuff, just kind of drop some things to people in the store, like, who do you think the next contender for the championship is going to be,
Yes.
or the champion of the craft? I'm going to start that rumor mill and figure out, like, who might be the
Yeah.
best contender, and yeah.
I hear Indigo Howard.
Yeah.
The doctor?
I heard that Luigi. I heard that Dr. Luigi Paravari put down a large sum on some guy named Indigo Halberstein. I think that guy's gonna win. I mean, he's putting money down. He's got to know something's up.
Roll me a fellowship, Yeffi.
Okay. Do I get suave?
Yes.
Ooh, so suave.
So suave. Yeah. I rolled a 19.
Nice.
So that's Plus
Yeffi.
2 is a 21.
Suave.
Okay, so Yeffi, as you're making your way across town to the residence listed on the card, and you and Mina are together, and you're chatting with folks just amongst the crowd, talking up the potential of Indigo Halberstam to be the next champion. You do hear. Let's see. There's some folks who think no one's gonna take down Dieter. But I heard that Dieter wants to settle down. That he wishes to get married and would be happy to lose the championship. But Indigo Halberstam, isn't that a halfling?
Oh no, it's a full-grown man. Very burly, very buff.
Very
Supposedly a chosen of Sigmar. Get this, folks. Chosen of Sigmar got a whole lot going on. And I also heard that thing about you're trying to start a family. I think he has twins on the way. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to throw the match.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You sow some rumors along your way. Eventually, Yeffi, you and Mina arrive at a fairly nice-looking house in a well-to-do section of town, and you can see it is set back from the road a bit. And there are many large trees surrounding the property that casts the whole property in almost a sort of eternal shade. As you approach it, it's not foreboding, but it does noticeably dark as you approach the front door and rap upon it.
Guess we don't need these umbrellas.
As you the door. You notice that all of the windows are draped in heavy velvets. It looks very nice, but again, it looks as the doors open, you can see a lot of candlelight, which seems odd because it's actually pretty light outside. But just has this strong feeling of seclusion as you come into the house. A servant opens the door. Yes? Can I help you?
Yes, we were invited for tea. This is Deborah and her assistant. I was going to say friend,
Lady
but
assistant.
sure. Well, I mean, we have a friendly relationship. Her name's Candace. Candace Mina. Yes, Candace Mina.
Candace Mina.
Right this way,
Candace.
please.
Oh yeah, great.
You're
Don't mind if I should.
Okay.
Candace.
I can talk to Candace, I think.
Yeah, okay. You hungry? Want to play some games? Let's go.
You're ushered into a well-appointed sitting room with many sofas and chairs. There are on end tables. There are several serving dishes containing little finger sandwiches. As you come to the room, you immediately notice. You notice a group of nice-looking young ladies, well-dressed, sitting in a cluster of chairs over on one side of the room, kind of talking in hushed tones. Near to the fireplace, you can see a group of, actually what appears to be two elves and a fairly handsome young man, and a young woman whose garb appears to be a sort of almost a hybrid between a nice dress and like wizard robes. And you can you see the woman that you met, Yeffi, on the road, who invited you. You can see her just kind of leaving the room, pushing her way back into a back room, which you can, from the sounds of it, sounds like it's probably the kitchen. You can hear her starting to, apparently give some orders to some of the staff back there.
There are freaking elves here.
Yeah, but everyone looks really nice.
Except for the elves. They're gonna just cry the whole time.
I don't have strong feelings about. Let's just stay away from them, shall we? We can talk to that nice, pretty woman over there with the robes, just as a guest.
Is it a dress? Is it a robe? What is that?
I know it's a dress. What is it? Where is she going?
For some reason, I thought we were going to be outside for this affair, but now we're in this place. Okay, cool, great. Yeah, let's go say hi to the robe lady.
Yeah,
wandering up. Saunter.
Okay, so
we're
so there's a group of 4 people standing by the fireplace. It appears to be two elves. This gentleman and the lady in the interesting robes. As you approach the group, they stop whatever conversation there and turn to face you, and one of the elves actually reaches out his hand to Mina and says, welcome. I am Ralain Lafarel at your service. And he gives a kind of a bow, like holds out his hand as if to take your hand.
I shake it.
Okay. He daintily shakes your hand. And what is your name?
I'm Candace Mina.
Candace Mina. Welcome, welcome. This is my good friend Alavenderel. He motions to the other elf, who looks a little sterner. And he kind of. Oh, welcome. And this of course is Jana Eberhauer and Dieter Schmeidehammer. And they each kind of bow at you.
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Candace. And I didn't know I'd see a great wizard like you here at this party.
Oh shit, is that the lady we're supposed to meet later? Oh, I'm catching on.
Yeah,
That's the guy expecting twins. Yeffi's just gonna saunter over to her table. I'm assuming there's some crumpets with the fingers, and she's just gonna take some of the sandwiches.
Yeah, he start eating some of the food. You get some raised eyebrows from the group as you slink away, but they seem to be. Tell us, Candace Mina, are you? And this is Ralain again. He seems to be the most gregarious of the group. Tell us, Mina, are you in town just for the events, for the why can't I come up with the word for the carnival that's happening?
Festival?
The carnival.
The carnival?
Are you here just for the carnival, Mina, or Candace Mina?
Such a good name that I have. Actually, Lady Yeffi and I are here as part of an attaché with the new someone who's here to challenge the champion. He's great.
Oh,
He's great.
This at this point, the gentleman immediately perks up. Oh, a challenger. What is the name?
Indigo.
Indigo.
Yeah. It's a strong name. He's a strong man and not a halfling. And he's great. Yeffi is super good about explaining how great he is.
Well, good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that there are worthy opponents to face this carnival season. I relish the opportunity to square off with a well-trained opponent. I wish him the best of luck.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. I will tell him that. He's also very noble and loves to fight.
Mina's killing it at this
Good.
party.
Good.
Rocket that Fellowship Silver native line. We're all would be great to get to know everyone here. Like for example, Jana, you're a wizard. That's cool. You.
I'm glad you think so, Candace Mina. I'm the deputy high wizard of Middenheim. In fact, I work directly with Albrecht Helseher.
Wow, that's amazing. You must get to do all sorts of interesting magic stuff that I've never seen.
Yes, magic stuff takes up much of my day. Although these days I seem to spend more time petitioning against the taxes.
Oh, the taxes—they're terrible.
So bad. So bad.
It's quite a problem.
Yeah, we had to bring in a whole bunch of books because I love to read, and it was very expensive because we paid for it.
Yes. Moving such things in and out of the city right now is quite difficult. You're a reader then, Candace Mina. That is unusual.
Yeah. Oh, I like to keep myself, educated, learn about the world. I'm super interested in all sorts of things. For example, magic.
I see.
What a coincidence that you're here to talk to me before I.
What is your interest in magic, Candace Mina? Are you here to see? Hang on. Are you here to see the displays as part of the carnival?
The displays? What are the displays? Displays of magic.
Yes.
What kind of magic?
Well, hold on just a moment. I know it.
Do they do invisibility there?
Yeah.
Do they do invisibility correctly there?
Quite the opposite, actually.
Extra visibility.
Extra visibility.
There's the flying displays. Maneuvers made over the Great Park. That the guild is in charge of organizing. It will. Let's see. I believe that will happen on Veseltag.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, there's
Cool.
the Blackpool illuminations. And every wizard in town is, of course, invited to display their most flashy or exciting abilities.
Oh, it'd be so exciting. you were a wizard.
Yes, it's...
Do they do any kind of like apprenticeships, or like do they select someone from the crowd to join it? What? I don't do magic. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I speak out of turn? Was I not crying enough? I get a sandwich.
Oh no.
The elf, the gregarious elf, actually reaches out and puts a hand on your shoulder, Yeffi, and says, "I'm sorry, my dear. You must be quite put out by the dwarf taxes. It is quite shocking, isn't it?"
Something is very shocking. Yes. Yeah. What are you doing about them taxes, huh? Who set those taxes up? They're ridiculous. Yeah.
I've been to the Commission for Non-Human Affairs, and they weren't much help, I'm afraid. And the other elf harumphs said, "Oh, I can't believe you wasted your time over there."
Why would it be a waste of time to try to get a tax removed for a certain group
those
of people?
Commissioners, they're useless bureaucrats. They push papers and collect taxes. They're not going to prevent the collection of monies into the town's coffers.
Oh.
It's true.
Well,
it's true. My friend Alevandril is quite right, but it would be best to petition directly to the Graf, of course. But he is hard to pin down these days, and
the champion doesn't talk to him? Lady champion?
Dieter kind of smirks at that, and he says, "It's an honorary title, really. I don't get a lot of time with the Graf, but it is not never, and I of course am happy to put forth to him any desires of my friends."
Get rid of the taxes. No taxation without representation.
Well, it's so odd that they have a tax against dwarves. Why?
At this point, Mina, you notice Dieter's eyes just glaze over a little bit, and he says, "Not the taxes again. Do you mind if we discuss something else? What did you do yesterday?"
I came into town, and there was a long line, and that was the only exciting thing that happened to me. What did you do yesterday? Yeffi ate a raw potato.
Rollin kind of looks over at Dieter and looks a little alarmed, and he reaches out and touches and holds his shoulder, and he says, Are you all right, my friend? I know we haven't really broached the topic of the taxes before, but I didn't think it would be sensitive. Well, and at this point, again, you just see Dieter, just his face just kind of blanks, and it looks very odd. And he says, "Well, I think they're a good idea. The priests have been stacking up gold for years. Look at the temples." And then Elf is just looks shocked at that. What?
Having seen Bruno cast Charm Person, would I be able to recognize that maybe he's under some kind of magical spell? Maybe.
Roll an intelligence test for me, please.
16?
Yeah, it looks remarkably like what you've seen Bruno do to people.
Nice. Huh.
I look at, is Jana reacting at all? Does she look like things are completely normal?
She's you notice actually as you look over to see what Jana's doing, she's kind of sat down on one of the couches and she's drinking some tea. She looks like maybe she's a little distracted and not really paying attention to the conversation at the moment.
Interesting.
I mean, it's a very interesting opinion, champion. I mean, if I wanted more opinions like
please,
this,
Dieter.
Dieter, of course. I mean,
and like his face just animates as he says that too. You notice it, it just he comes back to life. Oh, please, Dieter.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, like, not to bring up the tax subject, but if I did bring up the tax subject, who would be the best person to talk to about that would have really a good idea of where the tax money should go?
He looks at you, and again his face blanks, and he says, "The city needs money. Those best able must pay."
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a dead end. Yeah, so... Dieter!
Ralaine reaches out. Dieter, are you all right here? Have some of this beer here, and he lifts up a stein off the table, and Dieter kind of looks at it and takes a swig, and again you can see his face come flush again. And as you're having this conversation, you hear a voice from behind you say, "Is everything all right here?" And as you look, you can see Ariette standing there now, amongst your group. She's not holding the parasol anymore, and in fact, she's not wearing the sunglasses either.
We were just discussing the city and meeting for the first time. It's lovely. Your house is lovely. This is a fantastic party. I did enjoy the sandwiches. Much better than potatoes.
Thank you. Deborah it wasn't it?
Yeah,
Good.
sometimes.
Yes, Deborah. There's something very familiar about you, Deborah. I'm certain we've met before. Roll me a willpower test, Yeffi.
Oh,
We have not met before. Take that, Paul. I rolled a 17.
Excellent.
Nice.
You
18
feel
minus the 1.
as she gazes in your eyes and delivers that line, Yeffi, you feel this pull, like this strong like influence on you. Like there's a moment where you almost feel compelled to just tell her everything, and then you stop yourself and say whatever you want.
The papers aren't quite large. We don't know how they got that big.
But,
I'm sure it'll hold out.
What are we?
Oh, sorry. I just. Whew, I had a little to drink before I came. I'm sorry. I hope you understand. You know, it just calms the nerves. This is a very interesting group of people you have here.
Oh yes, I like to invite interesting people to tea.
Yeah.
You seemed very interesting, Deborah. And was this your friend? She looks over at Mina.
Yeah, this is Candace Mina.
I'm
Candace
Candace Mina. Yep.
Candace Mina, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yep.
Hi.
Are you enjoying Middenheim? Are you here for the carnival? Do you wish to see Alejandro compete in the archery tournament? And the more brusque of the two elves.
Not really.
Please stop. Oh, he's quite good. He's sure to win.
How's his axe throwing? Are you good at axe throwing? Are you good at that?
What? No, that is quite. That's a brutish sport.
Oh, it's super blunt then, I guess. That's what the problem is. Yeah.
Mina's just gonna go sit next to Jana.
Excellent.
Now that's some party behavior I can relate to.
Excellent. Let's jump back to Bruno and Indigo and see what they're up to.
We have never been to a good party. We should stop going. Every party sucks. We've never been to a party that didn't feature multiple mind-controlled attendees. It's ridiculous.
Go to too many
Indigo, have
vampire
you ever
parties.
thought about saying your name is Indigo Hammerstein? Because it sounds like all these guys have hammer in their name, you know? Plus nobody would confuse you with Indigo Halberstein. Damn.
I guess. I mean, I can't change my name. That's my father's name, and so on and so forth. That would be disrespectful.
Right, I mean, your father probably, if he could have been Indigo Hammerstam Senior, he probably would have chosen Hammerstam. You know, it's definitely cooler.
I don't think so. What's wrong with Halberstam? You seem to like it well enough.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Got me on that one.
What are you two up to as the ladies leave
Nonsense,
for tea?
Fella stuff, talking about sports.
Yeah, okay. So you're not going anywhere, you're just hanging out at the end?
I do want to do some shopping, buy some bullets, because I used up a lot. And I want to ask around while I'm in like the weapons and armor section of town. I'll ask about the champion. I want to get a sense of like what kind of weapons does he favor? What sort of, what should I expect? Not keeping it a secret that I intend on challenging him.
Okay, great. Roll me a fellowship test, and I think you have gossip, right?
I do.
Yeah. Excellent.
Useful skill.
14.
Okay. So you, in talking around with folks at such shops, you learn that the Dieter Schmeiderhammer is been the champion for several years now. That in addition to being a very strong and knowledgeable warrior, that he's also actually quite intelligent, clearly educated, and generally considered to be a really nice guy. He's it's also generally seems to be known. You pick up that he is recently become engaged to Kirsten Young.
Nice. Great. I also want to ask if there's a shooting range anywhere. While I'm at the gun store buying bullets.
Yeah. America.
There's not really a range per se. There is, because of the carnival, the city's quite crowded. It's not really considered very safe to be firing weapons in town at this time. There is there's an archery tournament that's part of the carnival that is going on, but the gunsmith tells you, but there's no, we haven't yet incorporated any kind of marksmanship contests into the carnival. It's a good idea, though. It should happen, but there's safety concerns and whatnot. Now, there is a spot you can go to the north side of town where there's certain places where you could fire into the wall. It's generally fairly safe. If you wish to practice your marksmanship, but perhaps it'd be best to leave town for such.
Yeah, makes sense. Less people to hit in the woods.
Indeed. Plus, you can find some birds or game to fire at that maybe make it more interesting.
All right. Well, thanks.
Good luck to you.
Yeah. That's the only thing that I really wanted to do, Bruno.
Excellent. Bruno, did you have anything you wanted to get done, or shall I jump back to the tea party?
I guess if we're asking around, I guess I'm gonna look out for where to buy medium quality snuff. And
Oh my god!
Roll me a fellowship test, Bruno.
Do you think it's legal in this city?
Probably.
9.
9. Okay.
Yeah, but
Only find high quality.
You just start asking random strangers where to buy snuff. There's one kind of dirty looking, draggly bearded guy that you stop at a random street and you ask him, where can I get some snuff? And he says, snuff? I got something better than snuff, man. And he reaches into his belt and he opens up a little pouch, and you can see a little glimmer of a bluish powder.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's this stuff is way better than snuff. It'll give you energy all day. You'll be the life of the party. I'll give you a pinch for a shilling.
I flash back to Francis and everything with faces on it. How many people are? Am I in like a busy section?
Yeah, it's everywhere's busy. The crowds are starting to thicken in the town because of the carnival. You get the impression that the events are going to start tomorrow. That you're here now the day before the carnival starts, and basically it's busy everywhere.
Are there so many people here that probably no one's really paying much attention to me?
Probably, except for maybe Indigo in the sky.
Bruno zonks out a little and then casts Charm Person on the drug dealer.
Excellent.
Oh
Excellent.
my god!
Go ahead and roll your casting dice, please.
See, I don't remember how to do it. I've done this so seldom.
Okay.
So
How many
I have
magic
magic
points do you have?
1.
You have magic
so I have
1.
magic 1.
Okay, so you have a single d6.
Okay.
And I don't have the chart in front of me. Mina, what is he looking for? A 3, I believe. Is that right?
Yes, okay.
For a first level spell? Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not adding anything to this.
Correct.
Okay.
And let me know if you roll a 1.
I got a 5.
Okay. So you cast Charm Person on him.
Trying not to let anybody notice me.
Okay.
Good luck with that.
His face goes slack, and he looks at you, kind of blurry-eyed. Yes.
Come down here. Come down here.
He scrunches down. Yes, friend.
Where did you get the blue stuff?
So good. Okay. I got it from Claglick.
Claglick. Who's Claglick? Claglick. Who's that?
Brunhilde Claglick.
Brunhilde. Who is she?
She's got a place. She's got a place on the north end of town.
What? How do I get there? Tell me what the place looks like.
It's an old ruined house, but you can get in through the basement. They have a spot there. The watch don't know about it.
Okay.
It's on Hasenhauer Street. Number 7.
Claglick. Hasenhauer. Great. Never sell this blue stuff again.
Okay.
Okay, we're best friends now. Go, though.
He hands you the pouch and turns
son of a
and leaves.
Oh. Oh. Well, right then.
Indigo turns around, 2 meats on sticks. Hey, who was that guy?
I just show Indigo the bag.
You keep that? Have you been carrying that around?
No, that guy had it. He was trying to sell it to me. He said it would show me a good time, but I knew it would make me grow tentacles and shit.
This is
why
really
somebody's
bad.
messing with my book. It's because they're trying to spread the rope around. It's a conspiracy. Helmut Kahl is in on it too. I bet I'll find him at this place too. I knew it. All right. I found out his source though. It's a someone named Claglick in the north of town. I got a whole address and everything.
Oh,
That's where it comes
should
from.
go check it out.
It's probably where Helmut Kolb is, and where that brother from the Wittgensteins is, who's having all the orgies. It all makes sense.
Well, that might be.
You got your bullets?
I got my bullets.
I think let's go there right now. Let's do it.
All right. Yeah.
Excellent. Meanwhile,
Great.
back at Ari von Karstein's tea party.
Awesome.
Mina and Yeffi, what are you two up to?
Well, I've just sat down next to Jenna.
Yes, excellent. Yeah. Excellent. Yes.
Yeffi can totally handle herself. And it seems like there's no trouble going on over there at all. Call me if you need me. So, Jana, can I call you Jana? Sort of in my time working with Indigo, we've come across monsters and things.
Have you?
Yes.
What sort of monsters?
Yeah. Sometimes mutants. He's very noble and loyal and powerful and defends the realm and stuff. So we do a lot of protecting the realm, and we even came across some wizards who were evil, and I'm just curious about your take on that, because I don't know anything about magic or care about it, but I just sort of, what? This is such a silly question. What's the difference between magic and chaos magic? Where's the line?
The line. That is an excellent question. Casmina, was it?
Candace.
Candace Mina. Yes.
Whatever you want to call me. It's fine.
Very good. This is an excellent question. There are many theories on this about the source of magic and whether it's the magic that the Empire wizards and the Chaos worshippers have some common root, or if they come from totally different sources, is actually unknown. It is deeply studied at the wizard colleges, of course. There are many theories on this, but ultimately it is a mystery.
Oh, it's just chaos magic is so terrible, and it's a terrible thing.
Indeed, and the Empire is under constant threat of attack. It is honestly why I am quite concerned about the taxes. They are driving the wizards and dwarves from the city, and they are crucial to the defense.
Oh, for sure. Are they going somewhere? Is there somewhere
they're
all
leaving to other places that don't have such punitive taxes?
Yeah, it's just kind of, it's who would do that? It's the only reason you do that is if you wanted to see this place fail.
That is an interesting point.
Which is nuts!
Do you think that the taxes were introduced specifically to weaken the city's infrastructure? That seems, well, that is quite terrible to think of, actually.
Yeah, but I mean, since we're here, we talk to a lot of people, a lot of different levels, and it doesn't really seem like anyone who has the city's best interest at heart wants them. So, it just kind of seems bad.
I agree. But what is one to do about it?
Can't do nothing.
No, indeed.
We're hoping, when Indigo becomes champion, which he totally will, because he's awesome. And you should tell everyone that he's great. That he can talk to Graf, maybe, and, tell him about the problem
The Graf is possibly it might be of some help. The Graf, is a very busy man, and he has many advisors, and he's more the sort to take input from many directions, and then generally follow the most common supported goal that is presented to him.
For sure. So
you could speak to if your friend were to win the championship and have a bit of the Graf's time. That is, of course, for the good. But I think it would be more useful to seek out those who have the Graf's ear and get more of them onto the same side against the taxes. That might be more likely to influence any decision he might make.
Yeah, and that sounds like something, since you said, like, what can one do? Like, maybe you could do. I mean, if you know anyone, I could talk. I don't know if you noticed, I'm not like great at talking to people. I would talk to people if it would help.
Well, perhaps this friend of yours, Indigo, is a more sociable sort. If he wishes to be if he wishes to be the Graf's champion, he must be, for it is an honorary title. It's not actually a commander of armed forces or anything like that. It is purely an honorific. But perhaps that will introduce him into the right circles, and he could speak to, I don't know, the law lords or the priests or Ulrich or any of those who have the Graf's ear.
Yeah.
Make the right friends in the right places. It's a steep hill to climb, I think. I'm flattered that you think I could do it myself, but of course I am just the deputy High Wizard. I must follow the directions of the High Wizard himself, and of course I must look out for the guild's interests here.
Oh, for sure. But getting rid of the skull taxes, that's totally the guild's interest.
I very much agree.
Yeah. You just seem a little knowledgeable.
Well, thank you. Well, I must be going. It's nice to meet you.
Candace, yeah.
Candace, Mina. Perhaps I will see you at some of the carnival events. I shall look for your friend in the champion fights.
Oh, he'll be there. He'll be there for sure. It was really nice to talk to you.
Indeed.
We'll talk again later.
Indeed.
I'll be here.
She extracts herself. Yeffi, what are you up to while Mina talks to the deputy High Wizard?
I have so much to talk about. I mean, so much. One, okay, so archery competitions, that's boring, but that's really cool that you're doing that, and that's wonderful. Where are you guys from anyway? You're very elven. Where did you guys come from? Because I came from Altdorf, and I've been in Altdorf and Bogenhafen and a whole bunch of other places, and I gotta tell you, it's really weird that all the engineering dwarves are no longer here or moving out or whatever, because you would think after building the entire defenses for the city, them not being here would be a crucial linchpin of some sort. I don't really know, because I don't really know that much about the engineering guild or dwarves or anything, but I do know that a whole bunch of dwarves from the engineering guild are now building these watchtower things all throughout the empire, all over the place, based on old dwarven architecture, and I've been to a few of those places. Really interesting stuff, some delicious stew, I gotta tell you, some great cooking. It's really weird that all the resources are coming from out of here, from Minheim, and going into these watchtowers, and I'm who set this up, this crazy architecture? Have you guys heard anything about that? I mean, seriously. And Diedrich, by the way, I would be bored if I were you, doing this battle thing all the time. I mean, You seem like kind of a hottie. I mean, have you have a special somebody? Because I kind of heard some rumors, and I can't imagine her being too happy with you, like getting a sprained ankle or something like that, you know? Or even like fall in the match so that you can be with her a longer time. Because I mean, like, it's just an honorific title. It doesn't really mean that much. I mean, you've already earned tons of friends, tons of glory. What else do you have to go for? Right? Stop looking at me, vampire lady, everything with Aranetta, whatever. Because, you know, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. And it smells really good in here.
As awkward as mine.
Oh man.
Oh dear.
Listen, we only got 20 minutes left, so let's do this. Also, 5 o'clock is an okay time for liquor, so if the tea needs to get, we can do that later. Elves, I know you don't drink too much, but I found a nice place, got some lemon drops, real easy stuff for you guys to get started, unless, you want to go to town.
Okay. Ooh, so much. Rahlaine.
The feeling of everyone we speak to.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Rahlaine says, "Oh my goodness, Deborah, you're. I think perhaps the caffeine of the tea has gotten to you.
It is a black tea. I mean, it's This is Altdorf breakfast. What is this?
The taxes, they do seem like they will cause trouble in the long run. I think. Alevandro says, what does it matter though? That it is affecting only the dwarves. And Raleigh says, yes, but the dwarves for now. But there's also the scroll tax and the driving the temple tax. Like, what if the Sigmarites leave town and we're left with just the Elrikians? I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm not certain. I think that Deborah here has a point. That what was your point, Deborah, about the taxes?
Oh, yeah. My point was that, this is a major hub. There's major defenses here. The people who built those defenses, you're taxing, so they're leaving, and they're going on doing other projects. Really weird projects, by the way. Really strange projects. You should probably look into that if you care. Or point me to someone who does, because, frankly, I'm an action-oriented person. I'm not really a waiter. Wait around for things for a long period of time. I know time feels differently to you, but my point is that the defenses might go down. You're taxing even aside from the taxes, right? Dwarves bring, I'm not even going to talk to you about dwarves because you don't care. You don't care about it. It's okay. It's not okay. The defenses of the cities could go down. The Engineers Guild bring tons of architecture to the city. It is the defense of the walls and the aqua waka 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 thing that carries the water. That thing. Come on,
yes.
guys. Correct. The aqueduct.
Yes.
Very important. Yeah. So who's going to repair that? Are you going to repair it?
Oh,
who's going to repair it?
Me.
And then the same thing about the Sigmarites leaving. Right?
Yes,
how
Dieter,
do you feel about that?
What do you think about that, Dieter? You're a good Sigmarite, aren't you? Dieter leans in. Oh, of course, I'm a good Sigmarite. I value the church's influence here. I think the Elrikians are fine, but I appreciate the teachings of Sigmar, and yes, the dwarves are friends of mine. I know many in the stonemasons guild, and you, Deborah, you are right that much of the finer architecture here in town was built by the dwarves. What is your point, Raleen? Well, the taxes, and then Dieter again, as soon as Raleen says the taxes, Dieter's face just blanks out, and he goes, "Dwarfs are very thrifty and can afford to pay."
Dieter, you're a good Yeah, a little knock to the head, maybe a concussion. You might want to check that out. Maybe go to the Physicians Guild. I don't know. But Deidre, listen, you're a good Sigmarite, right?
Yes, of course, yes.
Yeah.
Praise be Sigmar.
Did you know that the Sigmarites used to be really close with the dwarves, really good buddies and friends?
Yes, of course. They were key companions and supporters of Sigmar himself. They were at Blackfire Pass. It was Sigmar rallied the dwarves in the great battles.
Yeah. That stuff was great and really awesome. So there's another time in which the dwarves and the Sigmarites and the humans will come back together and be friends again and have that city that's really important. Be revitalized and stuff like that. I saw it in a really cool, shiny moment where Indigo saw a thing and Sigmar talked to him. But regardless of that, really, you should concentrate on that. What are you doing to this relationship? You're destroying it. You're breaking it apart, man. You can't destroy the relationship between you, a good Sigmarite, and the dwarves.
Yes. Well,
you're kicking all the dwarves out of town.
I'm not kicking the dwarves out.
Well, the city is.
The city?
The city is. Yeah.
Yes, Ron says, yes, Dieter, the city is through the taxes. And again, as soon as that word taxes hits Dieter...
Word, Elf!
The city needs the money. Those best able to pay must do so.
Dieter,
you're right,
the
Dieter.
Policies. Elf, come here. Bend down low where I'm at.
Raleigh leans down. Yes, my friend.
Have you noticed?
Yes.
Have you noticed that the human goes kind of dumb when you say the tax?
Yes.
Oh, that's an accident. It's really bizarre and awkward. I think he might be either have a concussion or something wrong with him. But maybe we use a different word like policy as opposed to tax.
I see. You know,
I'm not used to being this smart. What the hell is happening here?
There's, perhaps you're right. Perhaps he took a blow to the head. There's a physician in town from Tilia who specializes in these things. I've heard. I should find him. I should find him and have him speak to Dieter.
I know that guy.
Do you?
I know that guy. I do because he's not my platonic friend. Bruno Feinbottom is a physician of the highest level.
Oh, is he?
And he just agreed to go to some party with this guy to get him some medical supplies.
Indeed.
Yes.
I would like to go to this party and meet this Dr. Feinbottom and the Tillian doctor. Can you get me in?
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Let me see. Party. So I'm staying at the last drop.
Excellent.
We should. I can't believe I'm saying this. We should meet up.
Yes.
Hang out.
Excellent.
I'm so proud of you.
When is this gathering?
I don't have all the details yet, but I know that he was meeting with him about something.
I'll tell you what then.
Yeah.
Let's. You're at the last drop. That's in the Albenhauer district. Let us meet in the morning for breakfast.
Yeah, sounds good.
I will come by the last drop for breakfast.
Party breakfast.
Excellent. I think they serve a good one there at the last drop.
Yeah.
I will come by for
Sausages.
breakfast, and you can hopefully you will have found out more information for me, and you can tell me where this party is, and we can plan from there.
Okay.
Excellent. I shall see you there, Deborah. It is a date.
What would Mom think?
At this point, the a light tinkling bell chimes, and you can see there's a little clock on the mantle. And Arya says, my friends, I'm afraid tea is at an end, and I must bid you all farewell until the next time." And the servants start clearing plates and cleaning up, and Harriet starts just leading people to the front door and wishing them well and sending them all each on their way. Ah, Deborah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming to tea.
Stew.
Stew is a bit heavy for tea time, don't you think? What kind of stew do you wish, Deborah?
I don't know. I just smell it.
Yes.
It's really good, though. You know,
It
I don't know
is.
why. You know what? I don't know why I said that. The tea was
thick,
fantastic.
hearty stew.
Yes.
That fills the body with warmth and flows through your veins. And you catch at this point, Yeffi. It's like you can almost smell it. It's like it's almost real in front of you. Give me a willpower test.
Real good. The 3. I rolled a 3. I rolled a 4 minus 1.
Excellent.
I knew my rolls had to give up at some point, right?
You make direct eye contact with Harriet at this point, and your head is suddenly filled with memories, visions of your very first encounter with Orlok when he near drained you, and then of reaching down onto the ground and scooping up the stew and consuming that. And it just clicks in your head at that moment that it wasn't stew. Like it just that realization strikes you like a thunderbolt. And as you pop out of that, you see Ariat looking at you really intently, and you can see a little tiny trickle of blood just barely seeping out of the corner of her mouth. And she reaches up with a handkerchief and kind of wipes it, and you can see an extended fang sticking out that she just barely flashes as she's tidying her lip. Well, Deborah, perhaps I will see you tonight.
Yes. Do you need
Good
a new
night.
hanky? I have one in my dress. If you need a new one, I'll take that one, and we can clean. I can clean it for
She
you.
presses it into your hands. Take this.
Great.
I will see you at midnight. Good night, Deborah.
Yes.
She ushers you out of the door.
Yeah, Mina comes up behind her. What a nice party!
Yeah, it was super nice.
What's that?
Great.
Ooh, did you get someone's number? There are no.
No,
phones
I would
in
never
this
go out. I
world.
would never go out. No. There's only elves at this party, and I would not go on a date with an elf, and that's ridiculous. That was not a thing that would happen ever in my life. But there is an elf meeting us for. There's an elf meeting us for breakfast, though. Yeah.
Wow, proud
Platonic.
of you. Overcoming, you know.
Over what? Over what? Boredom?
No,
Overcoming
nothing.
boredom?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. It was just really successful. Like you got to talk to the elf, and the wizard
The elf.
lady said I was really smart. A lot.
Yeah. Like, I don't understand. Why don't you just attend wizard school? Is that a thing?
Oh, I applied. It wasn't great. Also, I know a lot of illegal magic, which is kind of, I think, hard to hide. And
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I'm saying this in the middle of this room. Oh my god.
We're leaving. We're leaving.
No,
We're leaving.
you've been ushered out of the house at this point, and you're kind of walking along the street. It is getting towards evening. You're headed back to the tavern, and you can see as you're approaching the inn, you can see Indigo and Bruno kind of standing near the door in a huddle, talking about something.
Ooh, secret talk.
Hammer stamp.
I had no idea.
Hammer stamp.
We had so much in
Hammer
common.
stamp. Whatever.
Hey,
We gotta get to this
hey, Indigo.
house.
Bruno, hey guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, good.
We met the champion,
We met the champion
Oh, that's great.
and some
That's great.
elves. Ooh.
and I talked you up a lot. I did a great
And
job.
we met a
with it.
wizard.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Mhm.
Oh, you mean Indigo?
That's great. Thanks. Bruno
Yeah, we
found
have
a
something-
prop.
What?
What? How much?
Here.
How much, Rob? Like a casket size?
Don't ask.
Like,
No,
what? I'm just saying.
Oh no, wait! I keep it on my giant hat. That's much safer. There we go. Yeah, that's much
yeah,
nicer.
close to your
Yeah,
brain.
keep it close to your
That's
skull.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Indigo, it seems like the champion seems to have something wrong with his head.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's been
he is
hit in the head a bunch because he
100%
gets into fights all the
No,
time.
that's magic.
Magic.
It's just like what?
Let me get.
No.
No.
It was just like, remember when our friend did a magic on a person and made them do something?
Oh,
And
like
made them
Bruno.
charmed? Yes,
What?
it was exactly like that. Nothing.
Like what?
That's not good.
You're doing great. I'd ruffle his not hair.
Is that a thing
Scalp.
someone can do when they're not in the
there.
mood?
What? It's gonna, Jesus. Mina.
I have a lot of
Man.
questions.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Point is, his elven friends are going to be meeting us for
Elf?
breakfast. Yeah, an elf. I know. Just hold up.
Do you have a date
Come
with
and
an
meet
elf?
us. I don't have a date. It's a meetup.
It's pretty cute.
This has been a
It's
terrible
not
day,
cute.
first of all.
Yes.
Is he cute? I heard he was cute. He's an elf. They're all ethereally
No.
beautiful.
Yeah, what is that?
Or look like just everybody else as far as I'm concerned because they're all so tall. But I've heard from up high they look very nice. Huh?
They're pretty good.
How did he
Well,
look?
they are
How did it
coming-
look up his nose, huh? Nice and clean?
They're coming for breakfast. To
They?
try
It's a date with multiple elves?
No, I just don't know the gender of the
What kind of
person.
party was
I
this?
think it's a guy. It doesn't matter. There's two of them. I don't know if they are gonna bring their friend. I'm gonna guess it's a guy. I don't know. I want to be polite for
You're
once in
going
my
on a
life.
date with two gender
That's a word.
unknown elves. A breakfast
they're
date,
elves.
even.
Well,
Is that
why
worse
are we
for
having
you,
Bruno?
breakfast with elves?
So Indigo.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, because Yeffi wants that.
Charming. What exactly
Nothing.
do I want to do, Bruno? Bring it.
Nothing? Nothing, you know?
Well, maybe it's because I just haven't had any. All right, so moving on.
That was much too complicated for Bruno. I think on that for a
They're
while.
gonna come because the champion has something wrong with his head. Maybe this magic thing that Mina's talking about. And I told them that a very prominent physician knows another prominent physician named Luigi, and that was invited to go out with him to deliver some medical supplies, and they would like in on that adventure so that they can
What?
meet with him to talk about what's wrong with his head. Yes.
No. Oh,
Yes.
I
Yes.
clearly
That'd be great.
misdescribed Luigi. So
He's a
2
doctor who
points.
does snuff.
Right. He doesn't like me. He's not. Right. Okay.
but the elves don't know
there's
that.
a couple of issues. Also, he might think I'm named Indigo Halberstein.
I knew it!
Yeah. I'm like,
Oh my god!
oh.
Bruno, you can't just do that. Now I even
We
dropped your
told them
name.
your name was Bruno.
Yeah,
Oh, so
And
I'm
we've
okay.
been
Well, so the
talking about
elves think
Indigo
I'm
all
Bruno.
night.
That's fine. And the okay. Why doesn't Indigo just be Bruno and I'll be Indigo?
because then you have to fight the champion because they're friends with him.
Well, just
He's a nice dude.
And now I
okay.
I
Indigo will
wish
just
I hadn't
instruct me on
spoiled
how to
that
fight the
for you.
champion. How hard could it be? I heard he's under some
Actually,
kind of mind
help.
control. It must. So
He is under mind control over the word taxes. It's like he's like some kind of conditions, be like 12, 19, grapefruit juice, taxes, and then he's all like gonna murder someone. Who knows what this guy? He's like a cannon.
okay.
You know,
This is
if the doctor is known for treating people with head injuries and they think this is a head injury, maybe he's the one who's doing this.
the doctor.
Yeah, you said he wasn't like a real doctor or whatever.
Well, he
Forget
didn't
on
seem
the
like a
doctor.
real wizard either. But I guess I don't really know.
Well, then let's get close to him and figure it out.
Mm-hmm. It would have been better
Okay.
if you'd used your real name.
Wait, are you
No,
going to
no,
give him the
this is
rock?
fine.
Did you not find
We'll
stuff?
just tell. Well, I was
yeah.
trying to, and then I just somehow
Come from?
came across more Narop. Yeah, that's what we're trying to say. The Narop came from a place at the north of town. We know exactly where it came from. We're trying to root him out with Indigo's new gun.
That seems like a bad idea.
Okay, but people are being brainwashed, or something. Like, this is probably not the only person who's being charmed. We gotta figure out who's doing it. Can you charm someone when you're not in the room, or is this just like a thing that like you get so good at charming someone, you charm them so much that they're just fried, and then they hear the word grapefruit juice and they're like, yes, I must eat all the biscuits in like the last drop or whatever. Yes, I
don't know.
Like, how does that work?
Unfortunately, we have one wizard friend who knows how it works, and he doesn't know how it works.
Them. Oh,
It's you.
Wizards.
It's you, Bruno.
Yeah. Well, can't you guys go to the wizard place and like
I don't understand.
ask?
Oh, you think we should go to the wizard place and ask? Like, you think we have an important reason to go to the wizard place
People
and
being,
ask?
Well, yeah, to ask about the mind control.
yeah.
We could probably do that. I meant
Did
to
Mina
talk
get
to
mind
Jana
control?
about it. No?
No,
I'm
I
being
think she
super
got
normal.
like super
Normal.
Twitter
And
pated.
being super... What?
Like, yeah. It's
No.
okay. It's
It
cool.
was just, I
Yeah.
talked to Jana, and she was really cool and beautiful and smart, and that's all. And
I see. I see.
mhm.
Yeah.
And
I don't understand.
We don't expect you to.
Oh man, this is a bad day for Bruno.
Oh God.
Look, this is all easily resolved. We'll right now we'll go and we'll root out the Narop infestation. We'll finish that up by morning. It's our second time. We know what we're doing. We'll meet the elves. We'll tell them that I'm Indigo Halberstein and he's Bruno Finebottom. Then we'll go with the elves to meet Luigi, and we'll tell him that I'm Indigo, which is what he already thinks, and he's Bruno, who's my assistant. And only one guy thinks Indigo and Bruno are the same person. And then when we get to the fight, I'll just yell, I'll go in as Indigo, and I'll just yell taxes at the guy, and he'll be distracted, and then I don't know, hit him with my sling.
Frankly,
I have
that's
a
a brilliant idea, and Indigo should use it
Thank you.
when he does the fight.
Well, I'm Indigo, so
No.
when I do the
Use
fight,
it.
I'll...
I just had a question about like how much snuff did Luigi have when he talked to you?
Oh, I don't know, like a whole big thing. I just kind of slapped it out of his hands. I didn't really look.
Oh,
Why?
okay, super now. I'm just saying, like, people who do a lot of snuff, do a lot of drinking and stuff like that, you know, they black out sometimes, and maybe he doesn't remember your name.
Yeah,
that
maybe you
is
said that you
possible,
worked
but
with Indigo. Maybe that's what you said. You said
Okay,
you worked
fine, we're just gonna have
He has
Bruno
reason to
play
remember
champion.
me, unfortunately.
Listen, I'm gonna work on... Oh, never mind. Go ahead. Well,
I was gonna say maybe for once we should try doing the simpler approach, and rather than pretending you guys are different people and having you guys do the things that you're really bad at, we just say that he forgot your name. Like, remember that time that Indigo, I had this all cool elaborate plan about how we explain the envelopes, and then Indigo was like, what if we just say we don't know? And then that worked super well.
It's probably not going to work twice.
yeah.
You'd be surprised.
Well, I'm hoping if we talk to these elves enough and figure out who's brainwashing this champion guy, that we can actually befriend. I already forgot his name. Dietrich, whatever his name. Dieter, and then convince him that maybe this isn't the life for him anymore, because he has, you know, a fiance and a life, and he's been doing this for a long time, and just trying to like go that angle, and then maybe he just get him to like quit. You know? Seems like a good angle.
Party.
It was a nice party. I really enjoyed
Was it?
the stew.
There wasn't a stew, it was just tea.
Excellent. I'm going
That's
to
a
end
stew?
right there. That is where we're going to end tonight. Excellent. Thank you, guys.
Yay!
We will pick this up next time. I'm sure there will be much more debates about what is to happen next. So we'll just pick up right where we left off.
No, we would never debate endlessly about what we're going to do. That's not the style of this group at all.
No, it never happens.
No, we're very decisive.
Excellent. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed our misadventures, and we look forward to seeing you next time on 10 Dead Rats. Good night, everybody.
Good night.